We will be spending the next 1 hour in order to infuse what product management is and how you can also transition into product management. So usually what I do is whenever I take these kind of like career planning sessions or even one-on-one career guidance session, I usually ask people that what is it that you want from your career? And I also want to ask you guys, like, what is it that you are looking from your career? Because everyone wants to do the job. Sabko job karni hai. And some people, the driving force is like, hey, I'm doing the job for the money aspect. The more the money, the better it is. Some people are doing for the self-actualization. Self-actualization means like whatever I know, जितनी भी मेरी capabilities है, I want to utilize them to the maximum. And that's a self-actualization from a job. Some people are looking for a job from the growth perspective that they have chart down that, okay, I joined the company as this post, let's say associate product manager, and in the 10 years, I want to become a head of product. So this is how some people join the company. Some people join even for the fame side of things. So you would see that there are a lot of companies, like especially in the influencer part of things, like people are joining in Netflix, people are joining in TVF, people are joining in First Copy, so that they would be the employees, but they would also become an influencer sort of thing. So this is also a new kind of motivation for people to join in. And of course, respect and work-life balance is self-explanatory. So I want to hear from you guys, like if you can write it on the chat box, what is it drive sorry, what is it that drives you to join a career, to take up a career? Maybe Shakun can also share her inputs, like what is it that excites her?
Okay, so I think I speak for everyone when I say that money is a really enticing factor, right?
Absolutely.
So I think all the participants, maybe you can let us know what do you want from your career, and for me personally, definitely money matters, growth matters, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and having a work-life balance as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think COVID has taught all of us this thing: ki you cannot only work and have I mean, you need that work-life
Yeah,
balance to be healthy,
absolutely.
for sure. So I think that those three will be definitely the most important for me.
That's great. So there is someone
Yeah.
called Aditya who is writing solving a real life problem and having an impact is an important is an important part. That's great, Aditya. Love to know about this thing. Anyone else would like to share, like what is it that they are looking at from your career, especially when they are starting out their careers? I'm sure that there would be a lot of students who are joining us. So what is your core aspiration to join a career? And then I can talk more about it. If anyone is sharing, that's great. If not, I can connect
We can
it
move.
what
Yeah.
product management offers. So this is what like product management would be offering. So before diving into what product management is, this is the core question. Like, what is it that मैं क्या चाहता हूँ from my career? Why is it that I want to spend 8 hours of my day, probably 5 days a week? And what is it that I want to work? And what is it that I want to gain from that job? Be it a product management job, be it a business of like maybe a family business, maybe any sort of business, any sort of job. What is it that I'm seeking? And if you are joining a career in product management, that's what like product management ticks the boxes. So it has good money. It offers you like the self-actualization part that you're creating something and making an impact. There is growth. I'm sure, like, I'm not just telling you guys that, okay, these are the boxes that are ticking. I will be showcasing you what I mean by the growth, what I mean by money, what I mean by self-actualization part in the next slides. But this is what product management offers. So before diving deeper into product management, I want to understand, like, from the audience set of 30 people, like, how many people understand what product management is? I want to know that what is product management from your perspective, maybe anything that you believe, if it's right, if it's wrong, that's fine. I want you guys to write it in the chat box so that we can make it more interactive as well.
Shali just said to build up my career and learning new things. I think she answers the product management offers, I suppose.
Mhm.
Right?
Right, right. So a lot of people before Khushali have answered about what is it that they are seeking from their career. So that's great. Like people are seeking financial support, people are seeking self-actualization, solving a critical problem. That's amazing. That's a really great set of audience that we have. So Avni is sharing that owning a product, its journey from development to customers. Rukshana is sharing maybe designing and launching a new product in the new market. Akash is sharing to create a new unique product. Yeah, absolutely. Like in some sense or other, all of you guys are right. Product manager is someone who is responsible for creating something from the scratch and adding the business and the consumer value. So usually, like the product management lies in this, like in the conjunction of this Venn diagram. I'm sure like you guys are university students, you must have been studying the Venn diagram as well. I'm also depicting about what product management is from this diagram, that it is an intersection of technology, it is an intersection of design, UX part of it, and the business. That's what this role is particularly. Like it is not only a technology role, it is not only a design role, or it is not only a business role, but it is a role which lies at an intersection of it. And if you join as a product manager, you are responsible for the end-to-end maintenance and growth of that product. So that product could be, like in the digital sense, that product could be anything. So it could be an app that your startup is working on. It could be a website. If you open your phone and if you scroll down any kind of apps that you have on your phone, so let me like any kind of apps that you have on phone, all these phones would have different product managers. If you're talking about really big sort of products like Instagram, they would have hundreds of product managers responsible for dissect like different parts of the product. So for example, there would be a separate product manager handling only the Instagram stories. There would be a product manager handling Instagram reels. There would be a product manager handling the Instagram save kind of functionality, profile, etc. Because it is a huge product. At 1 billion, more than 1 billion people are using it on a like a daily basis, I think so, globally. So it is a huge product, and there are a lot of product managers who are responsible in growing that product and solving all the real-time issues that like the product would have. So if you are also someone who aspires like to build products, to take things to the market and like create something, then product management would be a role that you can look into it. And like I want to share more about like why product management is one of the best career choices right now. So when I was like in the bachelor's in the university days, I'm someone who graduated from economics honors in 2016. So when I was in my college days, 2013, 2014, 15, at that point of time, brand management was like one of the fanciest thing. Like everyone wanted to become a brand manager of Nestle, wanted to become a brand manager at Unilever. So these sorts of roles were very much in demand. And right now, when I see the perspective, the brand management part is replaced with product management. So people want to become a product manager at Apple. So if you're a product manager at Apple, imagine that you are designing the next iOS update. So right now iOS 17 will be launched. So imagine that you are someone who is working on designing iOS 18, designing about different kinds of features that will be launched. If you are a product manager, if you are someone who can get to work at Google, then imagine that you are creating Google products. And this is what a product manager does. Like he works with the design team, he works with the engineering team, and like manage the end-to-end part of the product, right from the shipping, that is, what is it, what kind of features that will be shipped, and also maintenance. Like if there is any bugs, koi bug aaya, yeah, if there is any problem that customers are facing, or how to like grow that product, all these things are happened like managed by the product manager. And let's now focus on the career side of things. Like if you are a student right now, why product management is one of the best career choice. And the number one thing is the demand side of things. So if you go to LinkedIn, like search product management, so product management will tell you about all the profiles like associate product manager, head of product, etc. And look at India. So you can see that when I was taking the screenshot, it was almost 29,000 jobs were posted on LinkedIn. And I'm only talking about LinkedIn. I'm not talking about Naukri. I'm not talking about M jobs. I'm not talking about any other platform that is out there. But that's the demand that product management has. So if there is a new startup which gets the funding and which scales up, they usually tend to hire product managers and developers first. So you can imagine that if there are 5 developers, on every 5 developers, at least there will be one product manager that will be working. And like if you go onto LinkedIn and search the number of product managers or the number of developers which are working in any of the unicorns or any of the top startups, you will be amazed to see the kind of demand that the product management has. And this is just one example. Go on to these recruitment like sites on your own, and you can also do the research about the demand. The second lucrative factor, which is the money aspect, which everyone is looking at, what is the product management salaries? So this is again the data which I have taken from LinkedIn. You can also access the similar data by going on to linkedin.com/salary. So you have to enter your own salary details in order to get access to this data. And you can see on the screenshot, so you can get the salary aspect of Paytm, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, and many other salary ranges. And so if you're joining as a product manager in India, not as an associate product manager, not as a senior product manager, but as a product manager, then your base salary would be usually hovering around 16 lakh per annum. So it can range from 13 to, I would say, 18 or 20 lakhs per annum, depending on which company that you are joining in. If it's a small startup, then you can imagine that your salary might be in the lower bracket, 13 lakh per annum or 15 lakh per annum. And if you're joining a really big sort of company, a company which has good cash flows, so companies like Flipkart, companies like Amazon, so they would be giving anything in the north of 80 lakhs per annum. You can go in and do your own research. If you are someone who is looking to become a product manager, you will be doing some kinds of upskilling, and then like you will be joining the company as an associate product manager. So for you, you can think that just after investing 5 to 6 months in upskilling, I can get a salary of at least, I would say, 6 to 8 lakhs, even in a modest kind of startup environment, joining as an associate product manager. And let's look at the salary aspect in different countries like US. So if you're someone who is joining as a product manager in US, then the starting salary is approximately between 100,000 US dollars to 120, 130,000 US dollars. So if you if you will just do the conversion, then you will be amazed that it is the salary of 1 CR in Indian rupees. But yeah, that is an entertainment sort of conversion. That is not the reality. The reality would be like, because they have their own expenses and everything. So it only amuses us if we convert this amount into INR. But yeah, this is the starting salary if you migrate to US and you get a job as a product manager. Any question up till now? Anything that the money aspect has like taken? Like, if you have any question on the salary aspect, anything that excited you up till now?
And I think we already have an acknowledgement, Chirag. Priyanka says no questions. We can proceed.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Priyanka. And let's, like, the next part is like the growth aspect. Like, now we are talking about what is it that you want from your career. You have talked about the money aspect. That okay, if you're someone who will upskill and learn about product management, this is a kind of a salary ballpark that you can get. Now let's look at the career progression. Like, how does the next 10 years, or let's say only the next 10 years, looks like 10 to 15 years. So you join a company as an associate product manager, and usually, like, either you can join a company as an associate product manager, or you can also join a company as a product analyst. And usually you get promoted to a role of a product manager. And then from product management, you become a senior product manager. And then like, the career roles are different from different sorts of companies. So senior product management is a role in which, like, either you become a leader, a manager of a group of product managers, or you are like still taking the IC role, which we call it as individual contributor role. Like, associate product manager and product managers are individual contributor role. That is, you will be working on your own. You will be doing the day-to-day tasks, and there would be a senior product manager or a vice president of product management or a director of product management who will be directing you to overlook about certain areas. So like, I give you an example about Instagram. So there would be a VP of product management or head of product for Instagram, and they would have different senior product managers or different people overlooking different aspects of Instagram. So like, people who are looking at Instagram stories, people who are looking at Instagram filters, people who are looking at the partnerships that Instagram does, people who are looking at the shopping aspect of it. So this is how, like, the career progression will look like. So you will be like joining the company as an associate product manager, and you can like you can reach towards VP of product management. And usually when you reach towards a vice president sort of role, it transitions into a business sort of role as well. That you are added, sorry, you are also given the responsibilities of the business side of things, like managing the revenue that will be coming in or etc. So we will also be diving deeper about the CEO kind of roles, like the product managers who have transitioned into CEOs as well. So that's a promising career that looks in front of you if you think of becoming a product manager. Sorry. So there is one more aspect, like I always share with people, as I'm someone who is talking with mostly international sort of audience, as we are working in the Middle Eastern and the European region. So the best thing about product management is that it is a location agnostic kind of a skill. So if you're a product manager, let's say at Internshala, and you have acquired all the product management skills, even if like you feel that okay, in the next part of my career I want to migrate into Canada, I want to migrate into United Kingdom, I want to migrate into US, then also your skills will be in demand and you can get a job easily as a product manager, because just like developers, these are also hard skills which are, I would say, which are similar globally. So it is not the same case with a human resource manager, it is not the same case with a sales kind of a profile. It is usually also not the same case with certain marketing roles, because these kind of roles are people centric. These kind of roles are location and geography centric. So, for example, if you are a if you're a talent acquisition manager in India, then you know that you have developed a skill of assessing the talent market in India. You have developed a skill of like talking to Indians and hiring them for different kinds of roles. And it may be different how you talk to people in Canada. It may be different how you employ people in UK. So which makes it like, okay, this is a skill which would require certain upskilling part when you are migrating from one country to another. Similarly, like if you're in a marketing role, maybe like the kind of marketing that you are doing in India, you know about the pulse of the Indian geography, you know about what connects with Indian people, what kind of names that connects with Indian people, what kind of taglines that you can use, what kind of influencers that you can engage with. The same kind of skills cannot be translated if you are migrating to Canada. You would require some kind of upskilling, or you would require some kind of training so that you can understand that sort of market. However, this is not the case with the engineering profiles, like we know about the developers, and also, I'm sorry guys, and also like with the product manager. So if you're a product manager in India at any sort of company, you can like the same skills will be helpful for you to get a job in any other country as well. And I'm not just talking about UK, US, or Canada. Even if you are someone who is a product manager in China, even if someone you are a product manager in Singapore, then also the skills that you will be applying, like preparing a roadmap, talking with the engineers and shipping out the products, writing the product requirement document, etc. All these things will be similar, and so that we call it as that it is a location agnostic skill. So I hope that this is one of the biggest factors that for MBAs and people who are coming from a non-technical background, product management is one of the most lucrative kind of career role, at least in 2023. And now, like we can also bust some myths. So Shagun may take over.
Yeah. So this is a really fun section, section that we planned, and as and when we are, Chirag enlightens us more about all of these myths, I'll be posting a poll for all of you to tell us: do you think that these myths are true or not? So the first one being, and this is something that I, myself had a little bit of a doubt with, it's that product management and project management are the same. Are they similar? Are they not similar? Do they come under the same umbrella? Like, what do you think? And what is your knowledge regarding this particular topic? We've already gotten a no, so that's great. Okay, everyone's voting for a no, Chirag. We have 7 votes on no. I guess they already know.
So that's great that we have an intelligent audience. But yeah, like there is not a simple yes and no kind of a question. So product management and project management share about certain skills as well, but both of them are different in nature. So when we talk about project management, that is when we think about like a a technical project that someone takes in and delivers it to a client. So, for example, if you're someone who is working in Infosys, if you're someone who is working in TCS, and you're working to implement an ERP kind of a software for a bank, then for you, you are a project manager. You have certain deliverables that you will be completing in and like transferring the ownership to the bank. So let's say that the SBI let's say that SBI wants an ERP software to be installed in the SBI offices, and TCS is someone who is given this kind of a tender. So there would be a lot of different project managers who would be working in this. So the difference part is that you have the requirement from SBI, you have you know that there is a specific time limit in which you have to deliver it, and you as a person, as a project manager, will be hopping after like this project is completed to some other client. So maybe there is some other client, let's say L&T, who wants some other software to be installed, Oracle or etc., and you will be jumping into the next part. On the other hand, the product manager, what they do is like they build something based on like what the market wants, what the consumer research tells them, and then they deliver it into the market. And the ownership is not shared to any other client or something, but they like you as a product manager grows about that product. So, for example, if you are a product manager at Flipkart, it's not that if you have built the e-commerce portal, you will be jumping on to the next thing and like maybe build some other e-commerce portal or maybe build some other payment gateway or something. That's not a role of a product manager. If you have built an e-commerce portal, then it's your job to see how well it is receptive from the audience. What are the things that are not working? What are the things that are working? Doubling down on the things that are working and increasing the customer experience, like the experience the customer should get in order to place an order, and also like thinking about how we can increase the business value. So here in the Flipkart case, the business value would be people like ordering more often so that their gross merchant value increases over the period of like a year or a quarter or a month, however they are calculating. So that's the difference. Like there is an expiry date in the project management. If we are only talking about the software development part, there isn't an expiry part in the product management part of things.
That was a really detailed explanation, Chirag. Thank you so much. Priyanka has a question. What about project management office?
Project?
Yeah, that is project management office.
I'm not 100% sure, Priyanka.
Yeah.
Can you, if you can
Priyanka,
elaborate on that?
Yeah, could you please give us some context to understand the question better? Well, then I think we can move forward with the next one, right? Okay. So the next confusion that a lot of people have is that you must have a technical background for this profile. I think by the time, I think Chirag, you can begin the explanation as well.
Yeah. So I think so a lot of people who are joining in must be wondering that should I be coming from a BTech sort of background? Is MBA required to become a product management manager? All sorts of these questions. So the answer is that the technical background in general, like it is not required for you to become a product manager. You can be someone who is coming from a non-tech background. Like I'm someone who has done economics honors, and after doing my economics honors, I joined. I was building this chatbot agency, and after that, I joined InfoEdge, and I took up the product role. So there are a lot of people like from the similar or sort of non-tech background who have not done BTech at all, or who don't know coding at all, and who are product managers. So the short answer is that you don't need any sort of technical background in order to become a product manager. However, because you are dealing with the developers on a day-to-day basis, you should understand their language. So I'm not talking about that you should understand the coding languages, but you should understand, like you should upskill yourself and understand that, okay, if I'm reaching out to a front end, so if I want something to be changed on the homepage of my website, I should reach out to the front end developer, because that's the person who is responsible for like doing all these sorts of changes. I should not reach out to the database manager, or I should not reach out to the backend engineer. I should be reaching out to the right set of people. If I'm writing my TRD, I should understand that, okay, my company tech stack is that they are using a MERN tech stack, or they are using some other tech stack, and these are the coding languages that they are using. I should understand about them. I should understand the limitations when I'm designing the features. So this is something that you should know. This is something that you can upskill as well. Like in our course, in the PM specialization also, we have 6 different courses in one specialization. And the 6th course is the technology for the product managers, in which you will understand about what kind of languages are used in different parts of the digital products that you are using, what kind of database system, etc. So all these things can be upskilled. In short, you don't need to be coming from a technical background to become a product manager.
Okay, I think it clears up a lot of doubt. So let's move on to the next slide, right?
Yeah, so we have the last doubt, like you should be proficient in coding and designing. So again, like it is not required. You should not be proficient in coding at all. There are developers that a company would hire. There would always be a developer that would know about the coding aspect, and you can share your requirements, and they'll be doing the coding aspect. About the designing part, you should know about certain aspects of designing that will help you in order to communicate what you're learning. So for example, if I want to, let's say, if I want to add a new feature in WhatsApp, then I should create a small prototype or like a kind of a design that I can communicate to my designers that, okay, this is what I'm thinking and this is what I want in this product to be added. It can be a rough sort of design. It can be not the something that you can ship it, but this will definitely help you in order to communicate better. Again, like designing is something that in this specialization also, in this PM specialization that we have launched with Internshala, we are covering it. We will be teaching Figma as well, like the basics of Figma that you can, so that you can design your own features and communicate it with the business team, communicate it with the engineering team, and communicate it with the design team so that they can build better designs on top of your designs. So that's the short answer. The short answer is that you should know some kind of designing, but you don't need to be proficient in designing and coding at all.
Okay, I think that solves a lot of myth that's around, a career in product management. I think we can move forward, Chirag. There was also a question actually about the same slide. Ruxana had asked, what are the basic skills required for a product manager? So Ruxana, I think this in the next slide is what will be answering your question, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So Ruxana, if you're looking at someone to become a product manager, then we have also bucketed that there are 2 kinds of skills that you need to develop. You need to develop certain soft skills. You need to develop certain hard skills. So soft skills are majorly skills that we think that are like interpersonal in nature, which are more abstract in nature. So these are the skills which are called soft skills. So for example, the interpersonal communication. So if you're thinking of becoming a product manager, you should be really great at communication. You should not be, I'm not talking about that you should be great in English, you should be great in fluency, but you should be great in like having your thoughts crystal clear. So you should be really good in the written communication when you will be writing your documentation, and you should be really good in your verbal communication so that whatever you want to develop, you are able to communicate it properly with different sets of teams. There should be a general product sense. So what we call it as product sense is like you should know about how the products are developed, what kind of features will be used. So this is the product sense that usually comes up when you are upskilling or when you are looking at products from a product management standpoint. There are also like problem solving and design thinking skills. Again, like these are skills that you can acquire by like upskilling yourself. Design thinking is something that we have elaborately explained in the course. And again, problem solving is something that you are given a problem, be it a smaller one or be it a larger one, and how you solve that by dividing it into different smaller chunks. That is a kind of a core skill that you need to acquire as a product manager. There are also hard skills that you will be learning or you have to acquire so that you can do your job properly. Like you have to learn about SQL, like doing the data analysis part, making basic wireframes. Wireframes are again like a rough version of the design or the prototype of the product. You should be good with the data. You should be also like acquiring skills, like the like writing the product requirement documents using Jira as a tool for the project development. So I think so these are the tools that you should be proficient in when you are thinking of becoming a product manager. So so you should know like data related tools like Google Analytics, Mixpanel. You should know about prototyping kind of tools like InVision, Balsamiq, MockPlus, Draw.io. You should know about design tools like Zeppelin. So Zeppelin is a design collaborating tool. Figma, I'm sure that you would have heard about Figma at least. So it is the best kind of design tool which is out there. You should understand, you should also know about Jira. So Jira is something that you will be breathing in if you are becoming a product manager. So this is where you will be communicating clearly with your developers about what kind of feature needs to be developed and what is the primary like all the details regarding what do you want to get developed. And Notion, like which is I'm sure that you guys must have used Notion as well. So a lot of companies use Notion for the documentation part of things. So as a product manager, you should also have hands-on onto these kind of tools. Again, like in the specialization that we are running, we give you like we introduce you to all these kinds of tools in an introductory way so that you understand what these tools are, what these tools do, and then you can do your own learning and become master on these tools. So these are the companies that are hiring right now on Internshala. So this is something that Internshala has added, that these are the active companies which are looking for product management roles, at least on Internshala. And if you are doing your own research, you can hop onto LinkedIn, you can hop onto Naukri, IIMJobs, etc. And you can see there are a lot of companies, a lot of great companies which are hiring for the product management roles. So this is a fun part of thing. Like I want you guys to engage with it. So I have compiled a list of famous product managers who have made it really big. So these are the people who are product management from their training, so from their background, and now they have made it big. So I want you guys to write it in the chat box about the name of these people. So the first one is like this person, so who was a product manager at Google Drive and Google Chrome, and now he's a CEO of Alphabet and Google. So I want you guys to write it in the chat box. Who is this person?
Yeah. Okay. Swapnil is very efficient with the answers. And just a side note, I've seen that there are a couple of people who've raised their hands. If you have a question that you want to ask, you can drop them in the chat box and we'll be addressing it shortly in the Q&A section. But for now, I'll be lowering your hands just to prevent any confusion.
So
okay,
yes, so yes, this is Sundar Pichai. So we have a lot of people who have like written correctly in the chat box. So Sundar Pichai was a product manager when he joined Google. So he was a product manager at Google Chrome, the most used browser in the world. And he was also a product manager at Google Drive. And now he has transitioned into a business role, which is the CEO role. The next one is this person who was like the product manager at Microsoft Cloud, which is now renamed as Azure. And now he's also a CEO of Microsoft. So I'm sharing with you guys about these names so that you understand about where they were coming from, which background these people were coming from, and now where they are. So guess the name of the person that you can see in the screen.
Almost everyone is right. They're very quick.
Yeah, that's great. Almost everyone is right about this. So this is Satya Nadella, who is the current CEO of Microsoft, who joined in as a product manager at Microsoft Azure. So he went to a business school and then he joined Microsoft as a product manager. The next one is this person who was a product manager at Google Search and Google Maps, and later she became the CEO of Yahoo. So I want you guys it would be great if anyone would guess this person.
Okay, I think this one is a tough one. Does anyone here know who this person is? And please do not just search for who is the CEO of Yahoo. That would be very clever.
Okay, so we did not have a right answer up till yet, or we don't have any response from anyone.
Yeah, I guess no one can guess who this person is.
Let's give, like, should we give 30 more seconds? Come on, guys. like if you know about this person. Yes, so we have someone named Surada, and yeah, so she is Marissa Mayer, who is who was a CEO of Yahoo, and who came who joined Google as a product manager for Google Search and Google Maps, and later on she became the CEO of Yahoo. Yeah, Marissa Mayer. So this is also a famous person who joined Apple as a UX designer. He really liked product management, and he used to give out different ideas to the product management team. And some of his ideas got selected, and they shipped out features as well. And later on, he became a product manager at Apple. And then later on, he went ahead and founded LinkedIn, the professional networking site that we all use. So can you guess this name?
We have a guest.
So Swapnil is saying Ryan. No, Swapnil, his name is not Ryan. Surada is sharing Raid. So actually, he is Reid Hoffman, who is the founder and CEO of LinkedIn. So he was the founder of LinkedIn, and after it, LinkedIn is acquired by Microsoft. So I'm sure that he would have taken some other role. What I know is he's also launching a new AI product, I think so, which is called Five or something, like something similar to ChatGPT. And right now he's working on that. Oh, so his name is Reid Hoffman. So he joined Apple as a UX designer, transitioned to product management, and later on founded LinkedIn and was a CEO of LinkedIn. The next one is this lady. So she joined Google as a product manager of AdSense and then later on become the CEO of YouTube. So I would like you guys to get this name.
There anyone who knows who this person is? Because I don't know who this person is. So if anyone could help me out, maybe that would be great.
So
okay.
that's
I don't think anyone knows Chirag.
Okay, so that's Susan Wojcicki. So it's a Polish kind of surname. I'm not able to pronounce it properly, but it's Susan. So she was the CEO of YouTube. So she joined Google as the product manager at Google AdSense, and later on become a CEO at YouTube. Right now, the current CEO at YouTube is an Indian, Neil Mohan. So before that, Susan was the CEO at YouTube, and she was the one who pioneered about the YouTube play buttons, and people used to tag her whenever they used to get it. So if you go onto Twitter or if you have seen about creators tagging and thanking Susan about receiving the play button, so that's how she became very famous. So I'm sharing this thing so that you get a perspective about people like starting their career as a product manager and the limit that they can go into. There is a next So there is a next person who is from India, who is a female product manager, and she's the second richest woman in India, and she's also a product manager. So I wanted to share. Okay, the name is already out. Sorry about that. So this is Radha Vendu, so who joined Zoho as the product manager at Zoho Mail, Zoho Mail like Gmail, and she's the sister of Sridhar Vembu, who is a founder of Zoho, and right now she is the second richest woman in India because Zoho went public and she had a lot of Zoho shares. So that's a great example to motivate you guys that if you like the limits that you can reach in order to become a product manager. So she is Radha Vendu, sister of Sridhar Vendu and second richest woman in India, at least in the software services. So now, we can share more about the course that we are running. So as I shared in the beginning, that I, with other faculties, we are running in product management specialization with Internshala, and so we are running this 5 months placement guarantee course with Internshala, and we want to share more details about that as well. So in this course, I will be the key faculty. I will be teaching about product management, and I'll be joined by people from Microsoft, people from InfoEdge, and some faculties from Reliance Jio as well, who will be teaching you about product management. And these are the skills, like as we shared in the beginning about the skills that are required to become a product manager. These are the skills that you will be gaining through this product management specialization. And like to talk more about this course, like it is a mix of live classes and a lot of recorded lectures. So you will be getting I'm sorry guys. So you will be getting more than 100 recorded lectures on product management, which are like the entire specialization is divided into 6 different courses. So right from product management fundamentals, product design, product development lifecycle, product analytics, and like product marketing and technology for product managers. And you will be doing all 6 different courses throughout the span of 5 months. You will be receiving a certificate after completion of each course, and like also an industry recognized certificate after completion of this entire specialization. There is a team of internshala that will be helping you out in order to get your first internship after this program. In this program, you will also be building your portfolio that you can share with the recruiters. So after completion of every course, you will be given a real life case study. So case studies from companies like WhatsApp, Amazon Music, Netflix, etc. And you have to do these projects, and like we will showcase your project in a portfolio kind of a fashion that you can share it over LinkedIn or that you can share it with the recruiters, and it will definitely help you out in order to get a job as a product manager. So that's what like the course that we have designed. And if you have any question regarding course, any question regarding product management, I think so this is the time that we can take up the questions.
Yeah. So we actually have quite a few questions already. So I'll pitch them to you, and maybe we can discuss it one by one. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
So we had a question actually by Avni. She asked, do we require to do an MBA to land a job in FANG companies, which is Facebook, Amazon, and the likes?
So the short answer, Avni, is that you don't need to do an MBA to get a job at FANG. You can have ample amount of experience as a product manager, and if you see an opening, like it would be pretty easy for you to make a switch into any kind of FANG companies. I have a lot of friends who are product managers who have not done any sort of MBA. They have just shift different jobs and they like entered into the FANG sort of companies. The most common example is that people tend to join the Indian startup ecosystem as a product manager. They make a few switch and they join Amazon, and that's how like they enter FANG kind of companies. If you are someone who is also looking to work abroad, then also like it is very much possible that you can get a job in Booking.com as well, which offers like the role in Amsterdam, and like that is also a good kind of a company in context to FANG sort of companies. So this really short answer is you don't need an MBA in order to work as a product manager at FANG. You need some kind of experience, some years of experience in product management to enter into FANG sort of companies.
Understood. Abhishek had another question. What is the role of the people from financial background as a product manager?
So from a financial background as a product manager, like if you're someone who is coming from a financial background, these knowledge can help you in order to create the financial products. But there isn't anything that if let's say that you are a CA, you're a chartered accountant who has done your like training in chartered accountancy, then the exact sort of knowledge will not definitely help you out in order to become a product manager. But if you're someone who is working at ClearTax as a product manager, if you're someone who is working at like these fintech or accounting based companies, then your experience or your subject matter knowledge can definitely help you in order to build better products. In a short answer, like having a financial knowledge does not mean that it can help you in order to become a product manager. Definitely, if you are becoming a product manager in that industry, it will help you as a subject matter expert about that industry, and you can build better products.
Pratibha had asked if, where do we find the recording of these live sessions? Pratibha, you will not be having access to these sessions, unfortunately, for now. But, we do these quite regularly. So I'm sure that, if you join the next few sessions, you'll be able to, kind of know more about the course and more about the industry. Okay, there was a question by Blessing Lotana. I'm looking for an unpaid internship. I just want to gain experience. Is it possible? So, Chirag.
So you're looking for an unpaid internship just to get an experience. So there are two ways like you can gain this sort of experience. So one thing is that you can do a lot of projects. You can build projects so that you can write this as an experience. So this is something that we do it in this specialization with a lot of our students who are coming from a non-tech, who are coming from a non-experience sort of background, like they're straight out of college and they want to apply into the product management jobs. So what they do is they do all these kinds of projects throughout this specialization, like 6 projects, 2 capstone project, and they showcase the experience that they had in building these projects as their product management experience. So you can also do the same in this way. So this is one part. If you feel that, hey, I'm not someone who is looking to join a course, then what you can do is you can reach out to certain product managers and you can ask for them about the same request. Like, hey, if you have anything like any sort of small project that you can offer it to me, and I'll be happy to like help you out in that project. I think so. If you're doing this kind of a cold outreach, it may help you out in order to get a project. You can also look at projects for on freelancing websites as well. I know that it will be really difficult, but this is the only strategy that you can use if you have some experience in product management or if you know about like how to how to do these projects. If you are someone who is totally new, I would suggest to do upskilling and like take up the projects into inside the course so that you have certain guidance as well and you are able to showcase them in your resume.
We have another question by Priyanka. She asks, does certificate as a CAPM, I think, which is certified project management, I guess, certification in project management, add on value?
So if you're someone who is looking to get a project manager sort of job, then definitely like these kind of certificates can showcase that yes, you are someone who is interested in this field and you're someone who is taking ready to take up this kind of course. So always understand, I forgot the name of this person, like always understand all these kinds of certification that we do in any sort of career, these are just signals to the recruiter or to the hiring company that hey, I'm aligned about what I want. I have done my own upskilling, and that's what I'm looking forward in my career. There are a few courses that are aligned towards like really getting to know about that career part. So these are chartered courses like chartered accountancy, chartered financial analyst. So these are different kind of certificates that one takes. On the other hand, if you're doing any kind of upskilling course, any kind of certificates like you have mentioned, these are just the signaling to the recruiters or signaling to the hiring managers that, hey, I am a fit profile, I have done my upskilling, and I am ready to get hired.
Okay, thanks, Chirag. I think we can take up the last question since it's already going to be 6 o'clock. Ruxana asks, what is the first step to take to access the career in product management? How do you begin in the career?
So Ruxana, like you begin the career, like I have dissected, like I have helped a lot of people in order to transition. And I have seen that there are 3 steps in order to make a successful transition in product management or in any career. So first is that you have to learn about that subject. So the first step is that you have to like upskill yourself. I'm sorry. So you have to upskill yourself. So you have to join a course. You can do the upskilling online as well. Like you can search on videos and anything. The first step is that you have to learn about that career. The second step is that you have to attract. The attract means that you have to do changes in your LinkedIn profile, in your resume, so that you don't look like an odd one out person. You look like someone who is from a product background or and who is seeking a product management role. And the third aspect is perform, which is in which you need to learn and you need to prepare for the interviews as well. So product management interviews are also very different. It is not like a normal sort of interview. They have case studies involved in it. And you need to practice about those interviews so that you are able to crack a job. So learn, attract, and perform. So these are 3 steps in which you can make a transition. I hope this answers your question, Ruxana.
Okay, let's take up the last question since Someone has already asked one. Mantasha asks, I've done an MBA in media business management. Can I do paid internship in product management?
So Mantasha, if you can convince someone based on your ability in product management that you can do the internship, you can do the work, then definitely you can get an internship in product management. What I would suggest is that learn if you don't know anything about product management, learn product management first, and then start applying to any sort of paid or unpaid internship. It will totally depends on your luck that if you crack a internship in product management without knowing anything about product management, I would suggest that please upskill, please learn about product management first, and then like simultaneously or after completion of that, apply to the product management internships. Okay, I think so. That's the last question, and we can wrap up this session. It's already 6. Anything on your side, Shazvi, that we want to add?
We are good to go. We've already answered all of the questions. So thank you so much for everyone who joined the session today. I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope that you learned something new and the session motivates you to begin your career. If you don't know where to start and you just need that one thing to help you begin your career, you can always check out Internshala Training's Placement Guarantee course. I'll send you the link right now so that you can check it out on your own and see if that is the step that you need to take for your career. I really hope that everyone learned something new today, and I'll see you in the next session.